Hi to everyone and welcome. I wanted to share with you my latest asset pack, what is inside, and also how you can work with the blueprints. So enjoy. So this is the small map I created, but I will start from the beginning. So first let me show you directional light. So let's make it 0.5 and let's change the color. So now it's more visible. So this is small garden, but you can arrange everything how you want. Now I'm going to create new level and I'm going to explain and show all the meshes. So let's create new level, basic. Let's create, don't save. So here inside new level, I will start with the blueprints. So first I will show you the pattern generator. This works like array inside Blender if you work in Blender. So let me take them out. So this is the door, but it's not movable. It's just collection of the meshes, but with little bit tweaking you can make it to work as a door. So basically you need to make small mechanic and just to rotate the door. If some button is pressed or something, you decide what kind of mechanic you can use for the door. So yeah, this is the door. So let me show you how you can use so we go to the meshes, how you can use the pattern. So let me find so I'm going to use this SN4 tiles and we're going to add them here, and you can see that nothing is happening. So basically I'm going to reset everything to be 0. And here you need to find random height mesh and to make it to be 1 if you don't want empty spaces. If you see, you can reduce the empty spaces and to hide some of the meshes, but this you can use for small tilings. For this big one it's not working very well anyway. So here I'm going to make it to be 3 and 0. Sorry, 3 and why I want 1. So yeah, I'm going to need only this 3. Let me move this here like this. The door is going to be here on this side. So now I'm going to duplicate this one, and now we're going to use this SM curve. So let's add this one. And basically you can see this is how you can use this blueprint. So you can adjust this one here. So we need I don't know, maybe 5. No, I think they're going to be 6. So let's use 6 and let's move this here in the beginning. So also we need one more for the other side. So let me arrange also the railings. So let's duplicate this one. And we're going to use this mesh here. And now we're going to move it here, and let's move this mesh bounce expansion. So I think this is fine. And now we're going to add more amount. So let's make it 30. I think 32 in this case. And also you can play with random rotation. So we can move a little bit this if you don't want to be symmetrical. Now you can see the line is not completely straight. And also you can play with the z-axis if you want to be so them to be up or down, but for now it's not needed. And now we're going to duplicate one more time, and we're going to add this railing mesh. Now I need to adjust but now it's trying to snap to the floor, so we need to remove this one. And let's move this down like this. And there are too many, so maybe 22. So let's try 17. No, 13. So 14 is the number. No, 15 is the number. No, 14. It's working for now. So here we need to adjust the space between. So now again we can play with the random rotation. So if you want to twist them a little bit, not to look that symmetric, you can see that some places they are higher than the others. And now let's select both of these, and we're just going to duplicate them to the other side. I don't know why it flipped, but let's move it and let's adjust this one. Aha, it's snapping to the railings. I understand now what it's doing. So let's move this here down. And this here down. And now we have our railings. So let's take out one of these. Okay, and here we're going to use this vase. No, actually, I don't want this vase. We're going to use this one. And also here we're going to add this cover. But I'm going to rotate it a little bit like this. I think I'm gonna add two more this for tiling, so we're gonna make them 5 like this. And let's select this one and this one, and without, we're going to move them and place them here on this side. And I want to move this down on the 4, and also this one. So this is just the example how you can arrange these things. So let's do something else. From here I can do in random height mesh, we can remove some of the railings also on the top, and let's remove one. And now let's say we can add one here because it fell down, for example, like this. And here we can add one of this, and let's move it down like this. Maybe we can duplicate this one. We hold out and we move on the side. This is how we can duplicate. Let's rotate this little bit like this. So in this way we can add some damages, and on this side we can do the same. Let's let's turn off this snapping and let's move this down. So random height mesh. Here we can do the same like this. And let's select this vase, and we're going to duplicate this. And also we hold out and we press and we move this here on this side. But here I want to adjust the cover to be straight. So let's delete this one, and we're going to duplicate this one, and let's move it here on the side. So yeah, this is with the blueprints. This is how you can use this pattern generator. And now I'm going to show you how you can use the Ivy generator. So let's go back to blueprints, and let's take out one of these. So here you can see we have three meshes, sorry, two meshes and one curve. So now let's go to environment, vegetation, and we go to ivy. So here are our leaves, but we're going to add them in the end. And here are our ivy meshes. So I'm going to take this one, and here we're going to add the base mesh. And now you can see in this blueprint we added this ivy stem. And now here on the leaf mesh we're going to choose this blue leaves, and see it's nothing happening because we need to add one of these three. So this is with the less leaves, number 3. It needs time to calculate. Yeah, so now we have our ivy leaves here. So now you can change on 2. So now you can see that the leaves are bigger, but I'm going to reduce to be 0.3. Here you can adjust the amount. This also I think it's too much, so let's make it 0.1. Yeah, this looks better because more leaves you have, it's going to be more heavier for the engine. So actually I can reduce them even more, so let me try 0.005. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like this, so also you can see the ivy stem in the back. So yeah, this is for the ivy. Oh, actually one more thing, we can change the leaves. So now you can see we have, let me find directional white, and I'm going to move it here on this side, and let's rotate a little bit so it can be visible, and maybe 0.1. Sorry, let's make it 1. Oh, it's too much. 0.8. Six. Yeah, 6 is okay. So yeah, we have here green leaves, and also we have here we need to select this one, red leaves. So yeah, you can choose. Also, if you play with the material instance, maybe you can change to different color, but for me, I'm most of the time using the red color and the blue color. So now let's continue with the other meshes. Yeah, actually when we are here, so here we have the small foliage. Later on I'm going to show you how we can apply this. And here we have small tree, one bigger tree, and we have some bush. They are only for decoration, so we don't have that much plants here. Let me remove them for now. And now let's continue. So let me check. So now let's finish with the blueprint. So here we have collection of meshes. So we have these candlesticks. So yeah, now we have the candle. Also we have the flame which is moving. Also it's added red light here, but you can change the color anytime. So we have small candle. Let me go inside. sorry, so small candlestick. You can see it here better. Let me close this one. So we have two variations. One of the candles, it's a little bit longer. So if you up to the details, yeah, this candle is longer than the other. And yeah, this is for the candle. So I showed you the leaves, the ivy leaves generator. I show you the pattern generator. Here we have this is for the ivy growth. You can adjust them. So if you open one of these, you can play here with the wave and adjust how many leaves you want to have, and also for the size. So okay, we are done with the blueprints. Now let's go back to the meshes. Let's go to environment, assets, and now we're taking this plate. So all the textures are 4K, but if your engine or your computer cannot support them, you always can reduce always you can reduce the size of the textures. You can make them 4K. If you don't know how, so let's go to the material. Let's open the material, and from here you can find the textures. So here are our textures. So basically you can go inside, and here you can write max texture size, and here you can type 2048 for 2K, and you can use 2K textures. So this is the way how you can reduce the size. And yeah, I'm not going to touch that now. So here we have this down. Now let's go back to the meshes, and we're looking for our twisted pillar. So let me arrange this. And we're going to duplicate. And let's select both of them and duplicate again. And actually it's not necessary to arrange it exactly this way. So here we have also these pillars, which I use for the fence. I'll show you later, but you can exchange, for example, this pillar with this pillar. You can experiment. So let me continue. This is the top part, so this is the bottom part, but you can see it's big because originally when I created the meshes, normally these pillars are here on top of the fountain base, and the top is on the top. But later on I decide to arrange it differently, so it's up to you. So let's make this smaller like this, and I want to center this one. Let me move this here like this, a little bit more because I need one more. So yeah, we're going to duplicate this one, and we're going to make it smaller, but I have problems sometimes with the short key. So okay, let's make this smaller. I want to be approximately this size, and let's move it down. And this we can do now a little bit bigger. like this to match this square inside. And now we're going to add the top part. So let me center this 0, 0, 0, and we're going to move this up, and we're going to scale this like this. And now we can move this ivy on its place, which is here on the top of the pillar, but it may moving slower. So what you can do, you can remove the leaves, for example, like this, and it's going to move much faster, and later on to add the leaves. So now we can duplicate this blueprint, move it here, and now we're just going to, let's go to vegetation, ivy, and we're going to change the mesh here to be something different. So let's move it a little bit more like this, and here you can see that it's not much, so we can transform mirror X. Now you can see it's coming on the right place to match the twist of the pillar. I don't know why the blueprint mirroring this, so we're going to do the same here also. So right click, go to transform and mirror X. Actually we mirror the pillar. Also you can do this, no problem, doesn't matter which one you're going to transform. So let's mirror X, and let's adjust. Strange. So I think we don't need to mirror this one. Yeah, we need to mirror this on y-axis, sorry. So yeah, now it should be exactly where it should be. So there are three meshes, three different ivies for the pillars, but I'm going to, actually no, let me do the other one. So let's duplicate this one, and now let's use this one and let's add it here. And here again we need to mirror, transform mirror Y to match the pure twisting. And here we can duplicate one more time. Let's move it on this pure, and here we can transform X, so we transform again the pure. So transform mirror X, so actually I want to rotate this, so I'm not going to mirror this. So let me move this to be 180, And now we are done with the pillars. So again, we select this one and let's duplicate. Let's move this here on the middle, and now you can choose one of these meshes, and this should match here on the top part. And you can adjust the size, but I think now it's fine. Now it should be a little bit out. More. Yeah, now it's visible in front. And now we can add, let's add these blue leaves. Okay. Here we're going to also add the blue leaves. We're going to make it with the blue leaves. In the other map is with the red ones. Yeah, later on we're going to reduce the light and you'll see it's looking very nice. So let's go back to assets, and now we can add the fountain inside. So let's go to transform and let's nullify everything like this. We're just going to move it a little bit like this, and now we're going to search for plane, and we need plane mesh, which is in the engine inside. So let's take one from this. And let's move it again, transform, and move it to 0, 0, 0. And we're going to move it here, and let's scale it. And now we're going to go to materials. Let's delete this one. Let's go to materials, and we're looking for material instance. Sorry, materials, material functions, foliage, asset materials. So yeah, and now we're going to take this one and we're going to add it. So now we have water. I'm not going to play with the material, but you can minimize the waves and everything to be more subtle. And now we can do something else. Let's add rectangular light, and we're going to rotate it like this. I should turn on the snapping tool. So yeah, let's do it 90. Let's move it down, and here you can scale this a little bit, and we can reduce a little bit the light. And here we are inside. Let me find. So we need the material function. So let's go to material functions. I need to find it. So here on the white function material, we're looking for acoustic. Yeah, this is MLF acoustics, so we're going to add this one. Now you can see we have acoustics on our light, and let's change the color to blue. And now I'm going to show you we have particle system, so first we have red vapor, but I'm using this for the red project. If you want to use red ivy and red vapor, but now I'm going to add this blue one, so you can see you can use it also because it's falling down. But let's move it here on top of the water. So basically the light under makes it that looks like it's glowing, but we need to reduce the size a little bit. So okay, so normally I'm adding also on these two levels on the fountain, but I'm not going to do that now. I don't want to waste your time. So let's take this candle holder, let's move it here. Okay, and now let's go back to, actually no, we need to be on the blueprints, so I'm going to add one candle here, the one small candle here in the middle, and again the bigger one here on this side. So yeah, basically this is it. You can add more ivy here on the other sides on this part, and let me show you also one more time. So we're moving this one down, and let's go to environment, vegetation, ivy, and now we're going to use I think it's this one. So yeah, it's this one. So I'm using this for the ground. You can add some on the ground. You can use some of these other meshes for here for the, so let me duplicate this one more time, and let's take this one, and yeah, we're going to use this one, so let's move it here, and we're going to add it here on this corner down, and you can do this on the other sides. So basically this is overgrowth with ivy, this fountain. So let me play a little bit with the fog. And let's check directional light. So I want to reduce this to 0.1, and now it's starting to look better. And if we make the light a little bit bluish, like this, and let me add also post process volume, and here you need to look for extend. So infinite extent, this means it's going to extend to full map. And now I need to find exposure. Let's make it 0.1, and yeah, I think it's looking nice now. Let me check again with the directional light. Yeah, so anyway, you need to do it how you like and what kind of colors you want. So I need to select this also, and let's move them here. Okay, and now I'm going to delete this, and let me find I created one mesh which is for the landscape. So yeah, let me add this one. Let's move it down. So I need to reduce this. So make it 5. Yeah, 5 is the right number. And again, 5 from the other side. And later on I'm going to add a little bit foliage here. Let's move this a little bit down. And here we can select this one, for example, and we can duplicate this. And we're going to rotate 90 degrees. Let's move it here somewhere. And like that. And now we're going to change for this mesh. And I think 4 is going to be okay. And now we're going to make the space and sometimes I'm lost, you know, what, I'm blind or what. Yeah, so we need to adjust this here, and we're going to duplicate this one more time, but now we're going to add this fence like this, and let me adjust the space between. So let's move this. Let me add first the door. So let's go back to blueprints, and so we have the door here, and we're going to duplicate this one, and we're going to just transform mirror X. And now we have the door from this side. I don't know why this is so big. Anyway, because we duplicated from the ivy. So we're going to make it smaller. So okay, like this. And again, we're going to make this smaller. Should be. Actually, you know, I'm doing stupid things. I just can make this to be 1, and it should be the normal size of the pillar. So let's move this down. Also this, we're going to move down like this, and this should be, let's select both of these, and let's move it here. So basically we need to adjust here the space. And here we have the left side of the front fence. Now let's duplicate this, and let's transform and mirror X, and let's move this here. And yeah, you can see we're going there, starting to look like our garden. So now I'm going to show you vegetation, ivy, and we're going to add, so let's duplicate this ivy from the pillar, and now we're going to change the mesh for this mesh, and this comes here on the fence, and I think we need to adjust the size a little bit like this. And here we have one of the variations. Now let's select this one, and I'm going to duplicate, and you're going to add the other quad mesh. So if you want to have variations, and let's duplicate one more time, and we're going to add this mesh, which is for the pillars, and let's duplicate this, and we're going to add this here, and we're going to duplicate again. I'm going to add this here, but we're going to change the mesh for this one, which is different. And yeah, I'm going to stop here with the ivy and the other stuff. I think you understand how everything should be done. So let me show you the trees. So this is small one, it's like a bush, but you always can make it bigger. Basically on the other map I will show you later. I use it for here because I have 4 squares here using the railings, and inside are these trees. So the bigger ones I'm using for the background. So you can change the size, you can rotate, and let's add one more. Let's make it bigger and let's rotate on the opposite side. So okay, here we have these flower bushes. And for the foliage, so here I have basic material for the ground, but most probably it's not going to be visible. You always can play with the material and add some bump. So yeah, let's go to foliage and let's go to small plants. Let's select all, let's drop them here, and they are all selected. And here we need to add some variations, and now you can see we are painting small plants here. So we can play with the size, but for now I'm going to remove this grass, and let's select this one, and we're going to make this density to be 2000. Also for this one I'm going to make it to be 2000. And yeah, so you can play with the density, but I think now it's fine. And also with this white flower I'm going to make this let's say 5000. Yeah, and now let me go to selection and let me move this here on the side. I want to paint two other meshes, so let's go back to foliage. Let's make this mesh sorry, the brush very big, and let's paint everything here. And let's move it back. And you can populate a little bit more, but I'm just showing you what you can do. So this should be a little bit up. And now let's go back to foliage, and we're going to reduce this to 0, and we're going to erase. Let's make the brush smaller, even smaller, and now we can delete these flowers which are covering our tiling. And now you have this showcase of this asset pack. So let me change to select mode, and now we're going to here add content and going to add third person. We're going to add this to project. And here on the game mode, we're going to add third person, and now let's play. Sorry, where is my player start? So let's find player start. Yeah, I found it where it is. So let's move it here on the beginning, and let's press play. And now we have our player, and we can check what we did. So this is a very basic video. You can see I'm going to show you now the other map a little bit closely, so you can see what you can do with these assets. You can see the textures, the carvings, everything looks very nice. So yeah, let's go back to other map. Horizontal levels. Let's save this map for any case. So I'm not sure we have player start here. Let me check. Here we have player start. Yeah, it's exactly where it should be. So let's add third person and let's press play. And now you can see here the vegetation is a little bit dense and it's look better. You can play with this. Also we have ivy meshes added here on the pavings on the ground. You can see the door. We have some ivy on the top of the door. You can see the fence. It's mostly populated with ivy. Here we have the same arrangement like the other parts. Here are the squares with the different vase. We have smaller vase in the project. Here the small trees with you can play actually with the material. You can make them with green leaves. It's no problem. Here we have the bushes, and let's go to the fountain. Now you can see here it's darker and you can see direct light from the candles, but it's also you can change. Here we have the carvings. You can see the textures, also the particle systems. We have this blue vapor, but you can use also red vapor. You can change the color of the acoustic light. So it's up to you how you're going to use this. So let's jump. Let's go here in the back. Now also you can see the other trees, which are very good quality also. Here we have the fence. So yeah, I think this is all. You can use your imagination. I think this is very flexible. And you can use it differently. You can arrange the fountain and the pillars differently. So yeah, thank you for watching and bye.